Hey there, folks. If I had to sum up my experience of depression in one word, the word would be cold. So cold. I have lived in an emotional Arctic for most of my life. In hindsight, it's obvious that I was depressed for that entire time. Depression cuts you off from everybody. It isolates you and makes you feel completely alone in the world. At least mine does. It's only been in the last few years that I've really realized that I was less alone than it felt like I was. There were people in my childhood who tried to help, but they just couldn't get through to me. They were locked out in the cold. They didn't know. I didn't know. If I could go back in time, I'd let them in. I was trying to let them in, but without knowing what the problem was, there was just no way to connect. And so, for me, depression is cold, dark, and lonely. It can be a miserable experience. I mean, it's not for nothing that I spend all my time playing video games and otherwise absorbed in my computer, because that keeps me out of depression. As long as I'm keeping my mind busy, I don't have time, so to speak, to be depressed. And so I can avoid the symptoms, but the problem is obviously still there. I have terrible psychological wounds from all the way back to the big one, when I was raped when I was 4 years old. And that wound was never treated in any way. It just left to fester. I've been a wounded animal ever since. I've been limping through life with large parts of me just kind of sealed away forever. A part of me, arguably a very deep and important part of me, just fled from reality entirely when the rape was happening and has not come back. It fled deep into the depths of my mind, and that's where it lives. It uses everything else about me as camouflage. It hides from the world within the layers of my mind. That's why my mind's got a lot of layers. I've also visualized it as a maze. I'm lost in a maze, or so it seems. That maze is not a puzzle for me to solve. It's a complication for me to hide in. I can never find my way out of the maze because if I get close to the edge, my mind just generates more maze. Now, an argument could be made if I spent less time in my distractions, my creative works, vlogging and blogging, and video games and such. I might have, had to deal with my problems. If I had things external to myself to do, to get done, I would have had to get my shit together enough to do them. And that probably would have done me a hell of a lot of good. But instead, I've been in this state of suspended animation, in the cold and the dark and the quiet, for 30 years. It's amazing the bullshit you can get away with when you're tucked away like I've been. Life can miss you completely. You actually can opt out of life, more or less. And I want to opt back in, but it's not as simple as flicking a switch, that's for freaking sure. All I can do is keep pouring my thoughts and emotions out and vlogging and blogging and such, and hope that eventually I will have emptied the reservoir of pain in my mind enough for me to feel free and go participate in the world. That's what I want. That's what I yearn for, I long for. But I've learned not to let that yearning and longing turn into frustration and self-loathing. Or at least I'm learning that. It's just my dream. And on my good days, I can even pursue it. I guess that's all from me for today, folks. I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Alright, let's get this done. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Or if you hated this video, please like and subscribe. Or if you didn't even really care, please like and subscribe. Just like and subscribe. No matter what, I don't care. I just want the money.